Enola Holmes, we'll see. I mean, it's something else to watch because I'm gonna tell you the real truth about this shit. I'm not going to the theater, and that's how we're gonna segue to our next trailer, which is the Tenet trailer. And we are talking, if you want the links for these trailers, let me know in chat. I will send them to you in chat. You can go watch them, but I'm not trying to get my sound turned off at the moment. So
mute button's coming. Yep.
Yeah. So like the next one is Tenet, which was released Friday. It's either released Friday or it's releasing today or Friday.
I'm pretty sure it's Friday.
Either way, the fact that this movie is coming out in the theaters, I don't know what to think about that. Well, I know what I think about it, but I just don't understand. Because there's two different ways I can take this. One way, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. The other way, I'm like, you irresponsible bastards. Like,
why is that?
Because let's say they were like, okay, well, no one's going to feel comfortable going to the theater for the foreseeable future. So what if we just throw this movie out in theater and just to speed up its process to get into video, like home video or VOD. So, we're obligated by contract to put it in the theater. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way so we can hurry up and get it to the masses and make some money by putting it on VOD. I can understand that from a business standpoint. But then the other way is Christopher Nolan, for those who don't know, is super about the theater experience. I don't know if he ever actually goes to a theater anymore. I'd love to have that conversation with him, but But he's all about the experience of the theater being preserved. I used to be that way, but I do understand as a filmmaker why that is attractive. I mean, it's the way it's always been done, and to get your film on the big screen is a big deal. No matter how many times you've done it, you know how hard it was to get to the point where you could do it. So I understand not wanting to let it go. But in the middle of a pandemic, that, yeah, we're at this point where it's going up, going down, going up, going down. But we're, as far as the U.S. goes, we're still horrible at it. That's
true.
Just, we're just bad at it, and there's no way around it. So then I'm just like, yo, man, I understand the love of the theater, but just put the shit on VOD, man. Like, just, dude, like, why are you going to even give the theaters something to put out to pack people into? And so that kind of just, it rubs me wrong.
It's a bit irresponsible, right? It's selfish at the end of the day. Like, you want your art to be experienced in such a way that you're willing to put people at risk by just tempting them to go to the movies, which, people are going to take that risk because they just want to get as close to normal as possible. It's selfish definitely. At the end of the day.
Or they could have just not thought about it at all.
Entirely possible as well. Yes.
They have money. They're rich for God knows. They're rich forever. So it could just be, let's just go ahead and put it out. And that is as far as they thought of it. I just feel like I said, there's one way where I'm like, just hurry up and get it out so you could get it to VOD and get more people's eyes on it. And then the other way is, we've been up for 36 minutes, by the way. Link to this, okay? To the trailer, I'm guessing. I can't, I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way, but there's so many different ways this could have came about. And I don't know. Cause for me, I'm like, screw the theaters. Like that's my person. Now I've had like the last 10 years of me going to the theater has been ruined. I used to go to the theater 3 times a week.
Oh wow, yeah.
The theater is the closest thing I have to a church. Honestly. Like all you have to do, I don't know who here has been around my social media for the last couple of months, but during the official quarantine, I watched 137 movies.
Oh right, yeah, you told me about that grind.
Yeah. Like, I love movies, and this is why, like I said, to those who come here usually for the Friday Dreams podcast, and you're like, he's not talking about dreams today. It's because I love movies, and I want to have a chance to talk about this outside of dreams. So this is going to be a more rambunctious outing than that. But yeah, like, I used to love movies, but people don't know how to act in them anymore.
They don't, man, with the fucking phones and shit.
Yeah, and so I personally believe that theaters should become more of a what do they call it? Not a commodity. It should become more of a. It should become more of a nuanced experience, to put it in a very long way, because I can't think of the word. But it should be it should become an institution that exists for the hardcore. And movies should go directly to VOD through whatever streaming service or whatever you have. And that should be done. And I'm going to tell you why this is the right way.
Okay, let me know, please, sir. Let me know, because I have words, but continue.
Okay, let me tell you why this is the right way. 1, it leaves the theater for people who actually appreciate the experience of the theater. It reduces the amount of theaters, yes, but it reduces them to an amount that accompanies that need and love of being in the theater. Like, I have 5 theaters around me right now, with each within, I think, 5 miles in either direction. 3 or 4 of those might close, leaving 1. I still got a place to go if I want to go watch a movie. But the people who treat the theater as if it's their living room, the real truth of the fact is that they'd rather be in their living room. Even though they don't care about your need or want to experience it in the way that you paid for, but they can take their phone calls. They can look at their social media pages every 5 minutes. They can do all that shit from their living room, and no one's going to tell them, shh, when they start to get loud. They literally already want to be in their living room. So let them be in their living room. Now, part 2 of why this is the correct way it should be. I know people who are just checking this out are probably like, this dude is the cockiest piece of shit. But no, I've just thought a lot about this. Don't judge me for what I'm saying, please. Because sometimes I am joking, but other times I'm just like, just feeling my own shit. Allow me, okay?
Chad is feeling it.
Okay,
preach,
good.
Brother, preach.
Okay, the other reason this is a good idea is because I don't know, how much do movie tickets cost where you are? Somebody jump in on that. How much does movie tickets cost?
Shit, for me? Oh, man, I haven't been to movies in a while, but I think it's like $15.
Okay, out of that $15, do you know how much the studio makes?
I'd have to say at least half.
Wrong.
Half as in more, or half as in less? Or wrong as in less? Wrong
they
as
make
in more,
less.
Wrong as in less.
Most likely,
less?
they make $4 to $5 off of each purchase.
Wow.
So, with that being said, now this varies depending on where you are in the country. So it's not without my notifications telling me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So basically,
showed up.
If they had a streaming service, or most of them do now, but if they made it so that you had to buy from their streaming service to see their new films, which means they get 100% of the actual take, they'd make more money in the film industry from supplying it directly to the consumer.
Well, of course, yeah. I mean, you cut out the middleman. Of course, you're going to save money. That's that's why brick and mortar is dying. The internet killed it.
So with them being like when they what was it, Trolls World Tour or whatever released, and was like the theaters were like, well, then we're gonna boycott and not show your movies. Oh, well, then that means you're gonna go out of business. Smart move, bro.
Yeah, but it says like you have no power in this situation. What do you want about?
But the studios, because it's the way it's always been, actually caved to that. And it's the same way that I got mad about like Netflix, who they wanted to start putting their films in film festivals. And the film festivals were like, you're not officially film. You're Netflix. And I'm like, Netflix, fuck them. Because they're right to an extent.
Netflix need them.
Yeah, exactly. But
Netflix
see, it's these ways of doing things that have just been around for so long that people take them as like the law. And I'm like, we've progressed past this. Like if a theater, can you imagine a theater being like, Marvel, I dare you to release Black Widow without letting us have it first. We'll boycott your movies. Can you imagine like a theater chain just saying that? I wish I was the representative from Marvel in the meeting so I could just
would try me like that.
Yeah.
Is what the theaters would say. I wish you would, motherfucker. Save me money. Go ahead.
I would straight hit him with the Charlie Murphy laugh. Like yeah, like the Charlie Murphy Prince laugh. I would lose my job and my shit because I would be laughing in people's face so hardcore that I just
oh man.
Yeah, so it's like antiquated bullshit. Like it's all just like them trying to grasp. And what we're learning the most, and I swear I'm not going to get into it too much, but I swear that's what this situation that we're in currently, that we're all suffering through currently, the malware issue, that's what it's teaching us. It's teaching us overall in the way we've structured a lot of society and its norms are so just old-fashioned that we were able to evolve. Like all the companies that sent their people home to work and found out, oh shit, people are more productive.
like I could not believe that was just getting through, because for the longest time, as a former office worker, they companies were always afraid. If you're home, you're just gonna slack off. Bro, I work more because I'm home, because it's right there. I can do it all fucking day now. But anyway, sidebar.
And so that's all I want to say about that. But yeah, it's just we're seeing the evolution of things that should have been happening. But because this is forcing certain industries to restructure and change, a lot of these things, like theaters are gone. Like just bottom.
Theaters are in trouble, yeah.
Yeah, they're like you're going to see a few survive, but the number of them and everything is gone. Yes, easy. GG, easy. And I'm okay with that because we've gone past it. So them putting TENET to wrap this all back around, we went on like just a tangent. We were looking like the timeline when Banner wanted to take the fucking stone away from. We were just looking at that timeline, just fracturing every which way. But to wrap it all back up, for them to release TENET in the theaters, if it is done simply to appease Nolan and his love of theaters, I have a problem with that. But if it was simply the sooner we can get it out to theaters because of contractual, mumbo jumbo, the sooner we can get it into the hands of the masses who aren't going to risk being cooped up in a place with people. Like, if it's just that, then fine. Just throw it out. Don't worry about how much money it makes. Put it in for a weekend. Pull that shit out next week and put it on VOD somewhere. Because I'm gonna tell you, the part that, oh no, but that was the part that made me angrier. The fact that they were talking about for its release, tickets were gonna be like 15 cents.
Yeah.
So it's like you're purposefully trying to pack people into a place during a pandemic.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's they're trying to entice people to come out and normalize the theater experience again and show the precautions that they've taken to make it safe there. I saw some press release from like AMC or one of those places, Cineplex, touting like the CEO, whatever. It's like our theaters have never been cleaner. You can eat off the floor. That it's never been this nice, and they want to make it comfortable, like with the plexiglass up and the fucking. They've changed how far you can sit away from people. They want people to see it in person and then go tell everybody else. Oh yeah, I think we're good. That's why it's 15 cents. That's what I think.
Well, 15 cents for your ticket, $15 for some popcorn, and COVID equals 19. So, yeah, go ahead and run out there if you want. But I will be in my living room